What's up, everybody? Your boy Pat back again with another edition of Second Take, where I talk tech and I speak sports. Today's topic of the day is DeMarcus Cousins going to be traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers? Now, I wanted to look at this from both sides of the trade spectrum here. The first being the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers currently possess the Brooklyn Nets' first-round pick this year, which potentially could be the #1 overall pick. So, a lot of teams have inquired about that pick. The New Orleans Pelicans are reportedly not one of the teams that have inquired about it. The other thing I like to say is DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis only played half a season, and I thought they played fairly well. In fact, I think DeMarcus Cousins took a little bit of a backseat to Anthony Davis, and rightfully so. It's Anthony Davis's team. He was there first. He's the one who started this thing in New Orleans. So, I don't know if they're ready to really push that button, but they have been saying that they need wing help. They need a guard. They need a shooting guard. The Cleveland Cavaliers have the ability to trade Iman Shumpert and Channing Frye, both of who would match. Those two players' contracts would match DeMarcus Cousins' contract. In addition, they'd give them the first-round draft pick from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, does that work for both sides? I don't know. I think, getting Shumpert, he's an okay player. Channing Frye is a little on the older side. He's probably getting ready to be in the limelight, or if he's not already there, in the limelight of his career. But the cool thing about it is both of these contracts come off the books. The one caveat, Iman Shumpert does have a player option for next year, but it's only for like $11 million. It's a slightly more than what he makes this year, which is a little over $10 million. So does he want to ride out that one more year, or does he want to go and get another 3 or 4 year deal? I think he opts for the latter. So I think both of those contracts come off the book. So if you want to sign one of them, great. If you don't, you can let them go from the New Orleans Pelicans perspective. But the big part of the getting rid of DeMarcus Cousins is getting the number 1 pick. I mean, you could potentially get it's a first-round draft pick for sure, but you could get the number 1 pick overall. That would be a great start. You could draft a guard that you really, really want to pair with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is still pretty young. I think he's like 25, I want to say. He's pretty young still. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, the Cavs, on the other hand, what do they get from it? They essentially get a pretty damn good roster. Their starting 5 would be Isaiah Thomas. Their 2 guard essentially will be Dwayne Wade eventually, once he's bought out by Chicago. Their 3 would be LeBron. Their 4 would be Kevin Love. And their 5 would be DeMarcus Cousins. Their bench would be J.R. Smith, Crowder, Korver, Tristan Thompson, and I'm missing somebody. Let's think. I'm missing somebody, but that's a pretty solid team. I mean, essentially you'd have 5 all-stars on your starting team. I know Dwayne Wade's a little on the older side, but he's still more than capable of playing 25-30 minutes. My thoughts are, I think it's a great trade for the Cavaliers. I think it's an okay trade for the Pelicans. I mean, you're giving up DeMarcus Cousins, who's the best center in the league. Plays with his back to the basket, has all the moves down low, not the greatest of defenders, but serviceable, still very young, added a 3-point shot to his repertoire last year and was pretty good at it. I think he helps the Cleveland Cavaliers a whole lot. On the other side, the Pelicans, are you willing to trade DeMarcus Cousins straight up for a first-round draft pick? That draft pick is not guaranteed to be the #1 overall pick, but I'm almost certain it'll be a top 10 pick. The Nets have upgraded their roster this year, surprisingly, through a lot of low-level moves, and I don't think they'll be as bad as they were in prior seasons. But it all could go to crap, and it could, no doubt be the #1 overall pick. But even still, I don't think the New Orleans Pelicans understand the value, if they make this trade, of DeMarcus Cousins. You're not getting another DeMarcus Cousins in the draft. That is not a certainty. The certainty is you have the rights to DeMarcus Cousins. You can actually sign him next year if you'd like. Or you can trade him for something way better than what the Cavs are offering, in my opinion. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the Cavs and the Pelicans will get together and make this trade? Do you think if the trade goes down as I described it, it is a good trade for both sides or just one side? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, dislike the video if you want. I don't care. It all means the same thing to me, man. It means you guys are engaged and you like what I'm putting out, or you don't like what I'm putting out. I don't mind if you comment good things or bad things. Comment, man. Just comment. I'll reply, man. I reply to like 99% of the comments, if not all. It's your boy Pat. Peace. Catch you in the next one.